So as you can see here, guys, I have just finished laying out these bags. We have 4 of them in total, and we had the instruction manual. But as you just saw, what is this? That is, I'm very upset. I'm not even gonna lie. I just opened up the box, and it was just tucking itself, kind of slipped in there, just, sorry, mindlessly, just kind of like that when I opened up the box. That's, yeah, really disappointing to see. But hopefully I will be able to, I don't know, I guess put a heavy book or something on this just to try and flatten that out. But yeah, right through that sticker, as you can see there. So I'm really hoping that doesn't affect it at all. But there we go, guys. That is all the bags, sticker sheets. So 4 bags, sticker sheet, and then the instruction manual. Let's start building. We have just finished bag 1, and as you can see here, we're really starting to get the shape and the size of the actual ship, so you can very clearly see how big this is going to be when it's actually finished on display. You know, as you can see, sitting down there and then also rising up. On the back here, we can see this detail for the boosters. Looks fantastic. Obviously, this is the smallest, I believe, one of the smallest slave ones that LEGO has produced, so obviously you're going to have a lot less detail than, like, as in the big UCS model there. But we can also see this little section of the build can kind of pop out here, so I'm assuming that's kind of where you're going to have your handles that just goes along flying the ship like that. But so far I am really happy with the shape of this set, and we can also see here we have started to apply some of the little stickers along some of those panel pieces there, so very nice to see. That is all for bag 1. Let's go to bag 2. And here we go, this is the end of bag 2, so we're really starting to kind of build up that depth, I guess, of the slave one, and we really can see, if I pull out the little handle on the back there, we can really see how this would kind of come along, the presence that it would have. Obviously, you can see that the cockpit is just going to get sat right on there, so obviously it's not the biggest cockpit ever, as I said before, a smaller scale slave one, but very, very nice nonetheless. Not quite sure what these are going to do yet. At the moment they're kind of just sitting there, but I'm sure we'll find out soon. Also, we can see here this little panel piece there that can get lifted up. You don't have anything in there, just a flat tile, so that is where the carbonite prisonite is going to get slid in there. But very nice build. Now we can also see here, this is where the wings would go, and unfortunately there is no sort of technical beam that would move both of these wings at the same time. So they're going to be posable on their own, but still very nice nonetheless. That's all for bag 2, on to bag 3. And here is the end of bag 3. We are so close to the finish now, and this looks so amazing. I just love how much detail they've managed to pack into this tiny little build, and I'm just really happy with how it looks so far. If I just give you a bit closer look, we can see the detail kind of forming on the side there, and we can see we've just put in this cockpit piece there, so that just lifts up very simply like that, and we've just got a really basic little control panel in there, so nothing too special, but very nice nonetheless. We can also see we have gotten these little stud shooters on the side there, so they're not loaded yet, but I'm assuming we will do that in the next build. And we can see we have applied some of the stickers along there, so those were a little bit tricky, a little bit annoying to try and make sure they were perfect, make sure they were in the right spot. But yeah, that is the end of bag 3. Now guys, I'm just going to pause the speed build here because I'm up to a section where I have just finished building the Mando who's there, and the next thing I have to do is I have to build or apply the sticker of the Gamorrean guard who is frozen in carbonite. So of course we can see here I do have that sticker on the sticker sheet, and a lot of people tend to have trouble applying the stickers to these larger sort of panels. So a lot of you might already know this technique, especially if you're in the LEGO community, but for those of you who aren't, I hope this is a helpful little tip. So basically what you want to do is you want to get one of these brick separators. So obviously I got one in this set. If you're getting a smaller set like the $20 sets, they don't usually include these brick separators, but any of the over, $80, $100 sets, they all have to include one of those. So basically what you want to do is you want to pull up the end of the sticker just a little bit, and then you want to try and slide the brick separator just underneath, so you can see there. I'll just attach this here. You can see there it is just connected by the tip. And then another great thing about that is now none of my oily hands or anything are getting on that sticker, and so if I don't get it right the first time, I can kind of move it around a little bit as I want. Now the next thing you want to do, obviously this is really hard because this sticker is bent, as you can see, but basically what you want to do is you want to try and line it up perfectly, which is a lot easier said than done. And slowly but surely you're going to just pull that brick separator off, press your sticker down flat, and we can see there, if I just smoothen that out, we have a perfect Gamorrean guard. So I'm very happy with that. Hope that tip helped. Let's get back to the speed build. And that was the final bag. Here is the finished Slave 1, and I think it looks so fantastic. This is, obviously anybody can tell this is the Slave 1. I think it looks so menacing, so it's got such a great impact just by looking at it. Of course, this is me holding the stand here. You can kind of see, exactly what it would look like in the show, in the movie, as it comes in the attack mode. As we can see here, we've also just finished building this little stand. So the way I believe this connects on is if we just take the Slave 1, kind of rest it in there, and then this little end of the stand there kind of rests against the green bit there. So if I just pop it in, and we can see, hopefully, this is going to just stand in there, just like that. So there we go, there we have it, the finished Slave 1 in its standing form. I think that looks so fantastic. I'll be honest, when I first bought this set, I wasn't too sure about this little stand here, but I definitely think I will be using it just to display the model. Because if you literally, display it from that angle, you can't see that stand at all. So I think that just looks so perfect for this set. Another thing I will just point out, if I take this off, we can see, as I mentioned before, just opening up this panel here, and we can see the Gamorrean guard is just slotted in there. So there is literally just enough space for that tile to fit in, and then that closes back down. Another really nice feature I like here are these guns on the front. I think those look fantastic. Even though we have these stud-loaded shooters just up here a little bit further, these ones really do add that classic Slave 1 look. As well as these wings here, these can move independently, so unfortunately those do not move at the same time, but very cool feature nonetheless. Now guys, before I finish up today's video, one more thing I just wanted to quickly point out is I've just gotten to the very back of the instruction manual, and you can see here that they've just got a couple of, design pictures of the finished Slave 1, the correct orientation to connect it to the stand and all that sort of stuff. But if we look back at the model, one thing that I've just noticed is we can see here on these stud-loaded shooters, you can very clearly see that those are red bullets. Whereas if we take a look closer to this instruction manual, you can actually see that the bullets they've used in that shot are actually a neon sort of like the light green. So I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe that was the original plan with the Slave 1 and they changed it a bit later in the design phase without changing the instruction manual. But yeah, that is just something really cool that I noticed while I was finishing off with these instructions. So there you go, guys, that was the finished Slave 1. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I definitely enjoyed making this one. I was building Lego, so what's not to love? But this is definitely, actually probably one of my favourite Star Wars sets that I have in my collection. I would definitely recommend it. I think it is 100% worth it. I just love how compact this model is and how much detail they've managed to pack in for only that $80 price point. So I did say before, I think $80 is a little bit high, but if you could get some sort of discount, as I said in my previous video, I bought this set on a May the 4th discount, so I got 20% off. So I think this set was more than worth it, and I would definitely recommend adding it to your collection. Thank you so much for watching. If you're not already, please don't forget to go down and like and subscribe. It really helps out my channel, and I appreciate every single one of you guys so much. Please, if you have any comments, just leave them. I'll respond to them, see what I can do. If you've got any suggestions for future videos, let me know. I'm more than happy to get any recommendations from you guys. That's all for today. Have a great one, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.